Hello and welcome to the Huddle. Liam Santamaria here with you as we motor towards the end of the regular season. Just 3 weeks to go. Round 16 has tipped off. We're recording this on the afternoon of Tuesday the 18th. So tonight will be Tassie and Southeast Melbourne by the time you have listened to this. Few teams firing on all cylinders right now at the perfect time of year. And one of those is the Cairns Taipans. Going great, second on the ladder, 6-game win streak. And the man who is leading the charge, Tahjere McCall, is my guest on the show today. So sit back, relax. Up next, Tahjere McCall. Taj, what's happening, mate? Thanks for joining me on the Huddle.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate that.
Appreciate it. I know it's after practice. It's time to have a bit of rest. So jumping on for a chat, I appreciate it. Did you survive the rain on the trip back to your house?
Yeah, it's still raining right now, actually. It's been raining every day. Yeah, it's been tough.
like nonstop for weeks,
it's on
right?
and off, but when it rains, it rains. It's kind of cool, though. It just gets real hot after it rains, so that's the problem.
Right.
Yeah,
Hot and steamy up there. How was practice today? How's the mood amongst the group?
Good. Big win, big week, coming off a big week. Got a couple of days actually in between the next game, so you get to just be around each other in a calm setting and enjoy it. So it was a lot of energy, a lot of fun being around the guys, just trying to keep rolling and get KP back.
Was he on court?
Yeah, he was on court. He was doing a little stuff there.
All right, that bodes well. 6-game win streak, man, without KP. I mean, I will put my hand up.
Stop you right there. I heard you said we wasn't going to win the game. I didn't know if it was a rumor or not, but I heard that you said that.
What I said was earlier in the year when you guys were doing very well, I said, just as a caution, I feel like this team is one Keanu Pinder rolled ankle away from a slide down the standings. Just because what I thought was a lack of depth at that position. You know, Sam can certainly step in and play the 5, but then there's not a lot of kind of centers after that. But you guys have just worked around that. You've actually had you've played a style that's had the gameplay on your terms. Despite that, Sam's been amazing, and you guys have been kicking butt.
You got some dogs, man. You don't need centers when you got some dogs. All it takes is a little fight. It don't matter how big you are. So I think that's a big piece. Even when I went out in the beginning of the year, it was like nothing happened. We got some dogs on this team. Yeah,
for sure. What do you think has been working so well for you? Of course, over the whole season, because it's been a great year so far, but particularly in these last 2 or 3 weeks.
For me personally, or for our team? Oh yeah,
the group.
For us, I just think our chemistry is coming together and it's showing in a big way. You see, we have a different leading scorer almost every other game, or a different person play and have a significant impact on the game, and no one is mad, no one is selfish about that, and that shows the team and the group we are outside of the court and off the court. Like, we're a family and brothers. So I think that's what you see in our close games. We have a lot of close games. That's the difference in winning and losing close games, is who can be the most poised and know their role and do what they do. I think that's been the biggest thing. Everybody stepping up their intensity and wanting to win and seeing that we have a chance to win and we could do something special.
When did you start to feel like you guys had that? You had that kind of family feel and that connection?
First day. First day. This has been one of the rarest teams I've been a part of, as far as like 1 through whatever, however deep you go, everybody can hang with everybody and not feel any sense of awkwardness and can be themselves. I'm talking about from the first dinner when we introducing ourselves. So it's meant the world, and being a part of this has really changed me.
Wow. Okay, cool. So they're the kind of experiences where you start to feel like you can achieve something pretty special when you have a group like that. Is that the feeling that you've got right now?
That's the only thing that matters. Everyone has sacrificed something to be here and to be a part of this. So why not make it the most we can make it and try to win this while we have a chance? So that's all we locked in on, is just keep getting better each week, because it's going to be a tough road, and it's been a tough road.
You said a moment ago that like being a part of this experience has kind of changed you and helped you. How is that? How has that
Just when you
happened?
get to the professional level, even on the good teams, is not always a family orient. You know what I mean? You have a job to come do your job, and then other people have families, and you have things, you have obligations you have to take care of. So it's hard to always have a team where it's just like you're around your brothers and you're around family members. And I think we have found a way to do that while still enjoying your private time. And it changed the outlook on the game for me because I actually enjoy coming to practice every day and being around them. On my worst days, it really is a blessing to be around them. So it just makes you look at basketball in the sense of what you think is important and what matters a little differently.
Surely, though, you are a massive reason why the team has that kind of atmosphere and feel and environment. Like, that's a big reason why Forde loves having you on the
I didn't
team,
say
right?
that. I don't know. I just could be me and whatever, take care of it, take care of the rest. But the guys, they're just like, you can speak your piece and be who you are, and no one takes it offensive or when you're mad. You know what I mean? Everyone understands that we're just trying to do the same job. And that comes from me. I'm fine with that because I love the group and I love what they portray and what we show and who we are. So I'm fine with that.
I was going to bring this up a little later, but what you're talking about there kind of speaks to it. Forty talks about how you guys as a group have a large amount of like player ownership. Like he's like, I don't actually need to coach this team a lot. Like I come into the locker room at halftime and where we haven't been getting certain things done, they're already talking about it the moment I walk in. Talk to me about what that looks like and feels like amongst your
credit to
group.
Forde and the coaching staff. He kind of lets players, like I've always said before, he lets players be themselves and push you in the best spot to be you. And he understands that we're on the court, seeing what's going on, feeling what's going on, and it's a different view. So we have so many people that's confident and that feel that they can speak their piece because we're so close. They understand that no one is going to judge them. So our team just, if someone feels something or sees something, they say it, and someone feels another way, they say it, and we can talk about what's the best solution or meet in the middle. And so Forde allows us to have those dialogues and have those heated dialogues to where you can move past it. And now when we're on the court, it's clicking. So that's credit to them and the coaching staff.
And of course, like we saw part of that in a pretty unique kind of way in the preseason where you straight up coached the game, right? Like you had the whiteboard, like you were in charge and coached the game. This is one of the best leagues in the world, and one of the players is coaching a preseason game. What does that say about him and the group that you guys have?
It says everything. His purpose and his focus is bigger than just what we're doing now and how can we win games. He actually wants you to be better people, wants you to enjoy the process you're going through, and just put you in different situations to test you. He tests you a lot. And that experience actually helped me kind of see what he sees as a head coach. You know what I mean? It's different views and perspectives when you're in different positions. And seeing it from that lens changed a lot of how I see the game. So I had to thank him for that. But just the players, for them to let me do that, that shows how close, you know what I mean? Like, a lot of people can take that the wrong way, and it's nothing like that. It's just different opportunities and learning different things. And so, like I said, it's credit to Forde.
Yeah, hey, look, it's a credit to Forde, and it speaks to the guys that are on the group, but it also speaks to you and what they see in you and how they respond to you. Do you think he's coach of the year?
I think he's coach of the year every year, if you ask me. I've been through the mud with him, so you can't really ask me a question like that. I'm always back. Yeah.
Okay. I hear the beeping in the background. Do we need to call Mark Beecroft and get that smoke alarm started out?
Nah, it's good.
Come on, Mark. Just come on, get on the ladder and just sort it out for my man. Hey, I talked about Sam Wardenberg before, like what's been working for you in this stretch of time, man. Like the job he's done with Keanu all year, but with Keanu out in particular against some big boys, game after game right now has been amazing.
He's a guy, man. I keep telling him he different. For him to be a rookie is like it catch me off guard. Just like how he's adjusted. You got to think about it. He didn't have a full preseason to really get adjusted. You know what I mean? So it took him a little while to get his feet up under him. But the things he do at such a young age and the way he understands the game and his physicality, how he's willing to fight. He don't ask for help. He don't back down. He not like he don't say anything. He go about his business. So I respect any man that can do that and do it consistently. If you do a good job or a bad job, he's actually doing a great job of it. So I'm in awe, just like you guys.
Yeah, especially for me, like defensively. Offensively is a mismatch, right? Because he can pick and pop and he can spread the floor, but he's now also showing a lot his ability to rip it through and attack off the bounce.
Honestly, he's probably top 2 or 3, maybe 1 athletic people on the team. Like when you watch him run it, like that's what I'm saying. It catches like he's a different type of beast. And once he keeps learning the game and keeps understanding his spots and different things that you get with age and time, he gonna be different.
That defensively though, like Alan Williams, Derek Pardon, Aaron Baines, like his ability to maybe he's stronger than what he looks.
He switches on to guards and guards them just as well. He's like, we call him a unicorn, but he really like he's abnormal. But I don't know how to explain it because I told him I wouldn't be doing that. I need a double or something. I'm not fighting with those guys. But he laughed and he just go about his work. You gotta love it.
Yeah, it's cool. And I hear him talking in the post-game presses about those matchups saying, mate, this is, I had big guys that I guarded in the ACC, and I'm doing it again right here in the pros, and this is what I do. This is
That's
what
how he carry. I love it. God.
Yeah. What about DJ Hogue, man? Like, he's been a standout for you guys this season. Forde told me in advance of the season, he was like, he's going to need to be like our guy, like in late game situations or end of shot clock situations, a guy we can throw it to, who can create his own shot and get us a good look each and every time. But he's actually ended up being way more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I played with him, so I already know what he's capable of and what he could do. I've been around him, and we built that relationship. So for me, he's doing what I know he was capable of doing. He just need the right opportunity and the right fit to showcase that. And Forde has given it to him, but he's so much more than that. He's also still learning and getting used to having a bigger role. You know what I mean, and not just being a shooter. So it's some things that he's getting used to doing again or doing new. And so even though you're going to see more of him learning, and he's one of the clutchest people I know. I don't care what he shoots from the whole game. If it comes down to that fourth quarter, I'm comfortable with him and the ball in his hands and whatever shot or play he decides to make every time.
You too, man. Like in recent time, I've been talking about in these last few days off the back of this 6-game winning streak and your ability to just make winning plays. Just, like I think back to the, was it Illawarra you guys had the other day and you snuck in behind on the free throw rebound and got that that's just a massive play that you're only making if you just kind of built that way to make those and it's not just winning plays as in the shot clock's winding down, I've got the ball in my hands. You have a tendency to just find a variety of different ways to impact the game.
I just losing, man, just don't sit right with me. I genuinely hate losing. And I also, I went to war with DJ and we've won. I know he makes winning plays. He sacrifices. Shannon, I went to finals with Shannon at a professional level. And then learning the new guys, I understand what it takes. And the things that it takes is not pretty and you don't get credit for, but that's what we're all in it for. And so now the whole group is understanding that. And now it's fun to be around because now you have 13, 14 coaches. Everybody's sacrificing something and making winning plays on and off the court. Now you feel the love and you feel what you put the work in for is now starting to pay off. So that's what we're trying to build and keep building. So that's just it. I hate losing, man.
And look, I might have been a naysayer a few weeks back about that type of situation with you guys, but rest assured, I'm one of those people around the country who is just loving the fact that you guys are kicking butt. You're in top 2. We're going to have finals in Far North Queensland again this year, that the Cairns Convention Centre is going crazy because, as a neutral observer, it's so fun when it's party in the tropics, and that club has not won a championship. Been to the grand final series a couple of times, but there's no championship banner hanging in that rafters, and it's something I, as just a guy who loves the league, would really love to see.
We got a long journey, and we got to pick up some things and get a lot better. So hopefully we can do that, but it's not going to be where we're at now. We have to keep getting better because teams are getting better, and it's getting to that time where every possession matters, so everybody is picking it up even more. So whatever you did in the previous rounds is kind of irrelevant. So that's what we focus on. We got to keep building our identity and what we want to be. So when we go into those rounds against those teams, win or lose, we do it our way, and we know exactly which way we want to be.
All right, well, this is then the world's worst segue because you just talked about previous games not mattering and only wanting to look forward. But I want to take you back to New Year's Eve, man, because it was an unbelievable moment in the course of your season
was New Year's Eve?
when you were getting whacked by Adelaide.
Oh, yeah. Oh, don't. That's why I forgot about it. Robin AC. Yeah, that's why I forgot about it. Yeah.
Rob and AC came in and they had you guys on the ropes, like really dopey against the ropes, looking about to go down. And Forde has said I was moments away from throwing the bench in. Take us all back, the listeners, the viewers, to you guys in that moment, the huddles, because in terms of a turning point in a season, that one is a remarkable.
Before that, if you remember, we played Adelaide at Adelaide, and we were up 20-something, I believe, or something of that sort in the second half, and they came back and beat us. I fouled Rob at the end on a 3-point shot. And so in that locker room, you know the feeling you have after a game. You feel like you should have won a big game and you lose. So everybody was hurt, but I told everybody it's going to make us better. Like, this is what the season is made of. We're going to have games where we go through different things that build us so we don't let this happen again. But of course we play them again or whatever, and they're up. And honestly, for me, I remember, I forgot who I told. I didn't know what we had did. Like, someone told me afterwards it was like a 16-0 run or something in the fourth quarter, something crazy. But I didn't know in the moment. We were so locked in because we knew we wasn't playing to our potential. Like I said, it's a lot of winners on this team, and getting embarrassed, it turns something else into you. So honestly, I can't say what was going on because in that moment, it was just, we just wanted to keep going. Like, we needed to win this game. It was a must win at that point in the season, how the season was looking. Whatever game could take from 2 to 7 or 8. But so I can't really say too much about it, but I just know afterwards the feeling in that last 2 minutes, you know what I mean? That feeling was like, now you can feel what Kansas is about, what our season can be about, and where we can go with our season. There's not too many teams, unless you a winning team or a championship team, even give the fight to come back and actually pull it off together. You know what I mean? So that turned our season to where, let's do this now. Let's build to what, if we can do that, we can do anything, but we have to do it together because it was the tell of two halves. So that kind of what turned the season around, I guess you could say.
Yeah, right. And it gives you the best kind of platform to call upon in tough situations moving forward. Like, you're down 15 at a half for whatever reason in the playoffs because nothing went down in the first half. You know, we've
had every type of loss, every type of win, we every type of situation, and most of them we've went through. So we don't get shocked by anything, or it's what's next. And that's Forde mentality is, it happened, what's next? Get it back. Do something to change the future. Of course, not to keep going in the future, but yeah, do something to get it back. And that's what our team has been on. We got each other's back.
All right, nice. Well, then, speaking of the future, the next task is going to be re-immersing KP into the mix. I don't think it's going to be a problem, but it does sometimes happen where it's like, okay, a key player, a key piece comes back and the mix and the way the style of play maybe changes a little. How do you guys need to go about getting that done effectively?
It's 100% going to happen. When you have a piece that big and you remove it or add it, other things change. That's just natural life. So it's 100% going to be some figuring out. But like I said, we're together. Like, we have a bond. So whatever that path it might not look good for the first game or two. It might not. It might look great. But we know what our plan is and what we see. And we know we need him on our team and being who he is. So we'll figure that out. And that's Forde's job. That's why he get paid the big buck, to figure that out. Our job is just to go out there and play. And it's no different. We play with KP. We play without him. In games, we're going to have him and not have him the same way with anybody else. We going to do it together.
Just to clarify, Forde doesn't actually make the big bucks. He took that pay cut, remember, to bring back Bull and KP. But he's about to get the bag, surely.
You got to sacrifice sometimes to get it back.
Okay. Hey, I was gonna ask you. What was I gonna ask you about? Oh, yeah. Like we've talked about, like DJ and Sam and Shannon and these Forde, these guys within your organization that have impressed you this season for different reasons. I wonder, like, as a guy now who's played, now you've played a couple of seasons in the league, you've got friends and former teammates around the league doing different things. And you're also a student of the game. We talked about you coaching a game earlier in the preseason. I wonder what or who around the league has kind of impressed you this season for whatever reason.
Besides the people that I know and actually have, like Rob, AC, Milk.
You can talk about them. Like, I'm sure Creaky's in that mix, right?
I'm supporting those guys regardless, and I know what they're capable of, so I expect that out of them. Cooks, what he's doing is amazing. You don't one seed. Can't really put a price on that, the way they playing and the way they look, and he's a big piece of that on both ends. So I respect that. I'm trying to think. If I go through the teams, Adelaide. You put me on the spot here.
What about New Zealand?
Oh, New Zealand.
Some of the things about New Zealand.
Them as a team, I respect just because you know what type of game you're going to get every game. You know what I mean? It's going to be a big boy game every time you play them, and it looks like they have the same goal in mind. It doesn't look individually personal for them. You know what I mean? It looks like they're trying to win. So I respect what they're doing on that team. Of course, Brown is leading them in scoring. So you got to respect anybody that can consistently do it. Bryce, things like that. But I'm trying to think of someone that Sam, of course, Wardenberg is my number one surprise. Oh, Ben. I got to throw my guy Ben in there. He's been big for us, man. He's been big. I don't know too many people I'd rather go to war with than him. So I'm kind of biased with all my guys. That's just how that's how I
Nah, it's good. I feel you. How's Sam feeling about that award change?
It is what it is. He could get the MVP. That's what he needs to focus on. Get that later. You know what I mean? But I don't really pay attention to that stuff, and Sam doesn't really either. If it comes, it comes. Of course, he wants it, but that's just something. It's a challenge. You got to accept that challenge, and now enhance your game and make it clear why you deserve something else, or you get what you want. You know what I mean? Everything in life is a challenge. When something comes up, and that's what most of our team is. How can we beat this challenge together? So we going to figure it out.
You've got an interesting challenge coming up in the next little while. Is the Wildcats, who, for all the success you guys have been having this season, for whatever reason, that's a group that's beaten you by 20 plus. But what's going on with the Wildcats?
We got our number. It's some teams you know what I mean. They just when they they see you, it's the basket a little bigger, and they expect to win instead of going in. You know what I mean, 50-50. So it's on us to change that. And, I think we're like a much different team than we were back when that happened. So it's going to be a much different team, and they're playing and ruling too. So it's going to be a completely different game, but it gives you a good taste of what winning basketball look like. They have had winning basketball for so long, and we always get to see we're not where you think you are when you get those type of beatings and from a winning organization, because it's clear there's different levels. So now that's where we're trying to get to. And so that'll be a good test to see how far we think we really came. We've been showing it, of course, against New Zealand and teams like that. So it'll be a good test.
Are you aware how much Coach Forde really wants to beat that team?
Yeah.
He's never – that's his old squad, right?
Something like that.
0-10 as a head coach. You're going to have to pour the water over him if you get that win in the locker room.
Nah, see, I don't know. I think he'll love it in the finals or maybe in the playoffs or something. I don't think he's too big on a regular season. Of course, it'll feel good to beat the team, but he locked in. We try to win the championship. Everything else is kind of irrelevant at this point. Whatever falls. But we try to win the championship, and it's going to be tough. So we got to be locked in.
I love it, man. Well, we are loving how locked in you guys are and what you guys are doing this season, and long may it continue. All the best for the end of the regular season and into the playoffs, man. I hope you guys achieve big things this year.
It means a lot.